Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain. Once again, we have some breaking news we have to get into. We're in the midst of the winter January transfer window, or the 4th of January, and we have some big news regarding a possible Jhon Duran and Randal Kolo Muani swap deal. But let's jump into the Jhon Duran reports first. PSG is interested in Jhon Duran. The club represented an offer to the Colombian's agent. Aston Villa are asking for at least 60 million euros and will be ready to let go of the player this winter. PSG is seriously interested in Jhon Duran. The captain club is said to have offered the player a salary of 7 to 8 million per year. Luis Enrique is looking to overhaul PSG's attack, and he's decided to let Kolo Muani leave the club and wants Duran. PSG manager Luis Enrique is falling in love with Jhon Duran and wants the French club to make a move. So what we can take away from all these reports is that Luis Enrique is the obvious man pushing for Jhon Duran. Luis Campos has been pushing for Victor Osimhen and Gyökeres, and Lucho has been blocking those deals, whilst Nasser Khalifi has been wanting Marcus Rashford, but is still waiting for Marcus Rashford to make the initial move, pretty much make the first step, the first move, say calling PSG and saying, yo, I would like to join Paris Saint-Germain, and so on. But when it comes to Jhon Duran, from the reports, it's clear this is Luis Enrique's choice. And I do believe that the name Jhon Duran was brought up to Luis Enrique at the end of last summer by Luis Campos. But now let's take a look at the recent report that dropped. Just in, PSG is due to hold a meeting with Aston Villa next week over a potential cash plus a player swap deal involving Randal Kolo Muani and Jhon Duran, pending confirmation from Sports PTO. And this is big news. Randal Kolo Muani, Paris Saint-Germain have obviously been trying to sell him ever since last summer, even though Nasser Khalifi blocked the move last summer to Borussia Dortmund. But now in January, and after everything that's happened so far this season, it's clear that Kolo Muani will be leaving Paris Saint-Germain, as we mentioned a couple of weeks ago, and this could be a great thing. Aston Villa have interest to Randal Kolo Muani. They have individual interest in Randal Kolo Muani. They're one of the clubs, including Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Galatasaray, Manchester United, some Serie A clubs, Tottenham Hotspur, that are interested in bringing in Randal Kolo Muani. And this is great. We want Duran. Aston Villa want Kolo Muani. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. It's that simple. And the report obviously mentioned a cash plus player swap deal, and obviously Jhon Duran is the more expensive asset, so it's PSG playing Kolo Muani plus a supposed fee for Jhon Duran to come to Paris Saint-Germain. I'm predicting it's going to be between 10 to 20 million for plus Kolo Muani for Jhon Duran to Paris Saint-Germain. He's obviously been very exceptional this season, but the thing that makes his market value so high is his very young age. Both Fabrice Hawkins and Jamil were also on Twitter about these Jhon Duran reports on the rumors of a potential cash plus player swap deal involving Randal Kolo Muani and Jhon Duran. Nothing is finalized. And from Jamil, Aston Villa is also among the club interested in Randal Kolo Muani. So no big reporter has mentioned this apart from the recent report we looked at. But both Jamil and Fabrice Hawkins are not fully denying it, as they did with the Ronaldo stuff, for example, last week. I would love this transfer to happen somewhat. For me, there's only one big question mark regarding this transfer, and that's what happens to Gonçalo Ramos. Paris Saint-Germain will obviously be pushing to get another high profile in the summer, and they see Jhon Duran as that young backup to that player. What happens to Gonçalo Ramos? Are we going to have 3 players for that spot? And another question mark I have, does Lucho know that much about Jhon Duran's qualities? Because Lucho always says, oh, I don't want a 9. I don't want Osimhen. I don't want Gyökeres. I want a false 9. But Jhon Duran is not false 9. Is it because of his age? We can clearly see Luis Enrique only wants young players because those are the players that will become robots in the system and will unconditionally listen to him, unlike the Boost, for example. So maybe it's the age thing, that Duran is very young and obviously a very good player with very high potential. That's the only question mark I have a little bit about this transfer regarding Gonçalo and Luis Enrique. But apart from that, out of all the attackers we've been linked to this January window, this one at the moment looks like the most likely. And Aston Villa are ready to sell. Obviously, Jhon Duran is not their starting striker, so if they get a price worthy enough, they will take it. Especially because they probably believe they can revive Randal Kolo Muani to the form he was at right before joining Paris Saint-Germain. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about potentially a swap deal of Randal plus cash for Jhon Duran to Paris Saint-Germain this January transfer window? That's been it from your boy PSG, and as usual, allez Paris.